If you don't have belief, if you don't have hope, if you don't have faith, you ain't got nothing. He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
It's something within, you know, and you can't go buy that. You know, I can't give it to you. Lewis can't. Like, you got to go within and find that and pull that stuff out.
You will fail your way to greatness. Most people allow their fear of failure to outweigh their desire to succeed.
And so we're dealing with something deeper. You can't hold your own weight. You bought something you can't afford. Why? The deeper issue is because you got a self-esteem problem. And so you got shortcuts. So you drive a car to make it look like you somewhere you are. But when you actually there, you ain't got to have a car that look like you there because you there. Your dream comes when you push. Ain't nobody about to give you no cookies and ice cream. Push. It's alive. It's inside. How do you know you feel it? You dream about it. You eat and sleep it every day. When people talk to you, tell them, this is what I'm going to do. So push. Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside.
Changing is not easy. Changing your life, changing habits, reinventing yourself, picking yourself up after life has knocked you flat on your back. I've got to say, when life knocked you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
If you died today, what dreams, what ideas, what talents, what books, what music, what leadership, what voice will die with you?
The more you go through, the more difficult it is, the more challenging it is. Listen to me, the harder it is. Are you hearing me? The more challenging it is. All you're doing, baby, is building muscle. You're building muscle. So don't quit. Don't give up. Don't stare at listen to me. You don't get bulked by staring at weights. You don't get bulked you don't get healthier by staring at it. You get healthier by running up to it and grabbing it and pushing it. Look, push through that stuff. Push through it.
Good evening, everyone. Can you all hear me clearly outside here? Dele, are you hearing me, sir? Can you hear me, Dele?
Yeah, but I think enough my mic was on. We fixed that already.
Oh yeah, bro, you go ahead on.
All right, so I think you're live there, folks, on the streaming. Dele, you hear me okay, right?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. Talk to me. So what we're talking about today? Brand new show on Facebook and
Well, forgive me with the internet troubles.
Yeah, well, you know, everybody has hope and inspiration, and think about never giving up. Never give up. Leap and bounds. Never give up. Could be mental, spiritual. Could be, long term, short term. Of course, I have two guests today that we're going to be discussing with. 0 to hero format. We'll return Paul, because Paul has some internet issues. He just keep Paul and coming back. But we are here and pushing forward. Let me see if Paul is back on the inside. Yes, Paul has returned.
Sorry about that. My internet giving some serious trouble. Yeah, Dele. So again, brand new show, as you were saying earlier. That's the last piece I heard before my internet gave trouble. But
yeah, this time we have to discuss the never give up theme that's today, and we'll bring them on soon enough. But
right.
We just want to get into the a little bit and give them a little insight of the things we'll be covering today. And this might help somebody. It might help you. If there's something on this program here tonight,
right.
Share it to somebody else. It's your life or your own.
what I want to say, what I want to say as well is that we really came up with the idea for this show because we understand that we're in a time and place right now, not just in Trinidad, but throughout the world, where people are desperate for help in different areas, financially,
Right.
mentally, family, um, and we know that people are feeling stuck in certain areas, and we just want to really bring about some, as the show says, some hope and some inspiration to people. Like, we want to be able to,
Yeah.
as much as we can, share as much as we know. We'll be bringing on different people every week to share and encourage people to not just stay where you are, but to try and come out from that place and make a better life. We went through this, but we're still going through this pandemic. We're still going through this economic crisis worldwide, and then people are really feeling stuck. So that as we go into the first episode, and before we bring on the guests, um, I can tell you people a bit about myself. My name is Nicholson Paul. Everybody accustomed calling me Nickey. I'm a host, so I talk too much, Nickey. Um, as a man, I love the Lord. I try my best to live a life that is pleasing to God. I tell everybody to do that. That's just my way and my style. And my one goal and aim in this life is to be able to bring uh, some kind of help to the people around me, my family, friends, be a help to them in whichever way I
Right.
can. Me, right? So well, I will know about a little bit about me later on, but Delhi, tell people a little bit about yourself now, who is, where from, that kind of thing.
I know we're healing from the east, and they say wise men come from the east. So let's start.
That's that.
I'm a I'm a family man myself. I believe in family. Family have the issues, and I believe that the fabric of society is based on a good family structure. So that is what all of these days. Need it. Um, I have seen the goodness of a good family, and I've seen the badness of the not so good family. So that is why I am very in tune that we are bringing forth on Facebook and on YouTube. We're trying to do this every Sunday between Nickey and myself, and anybody feel free to come forth and add a little something to the program. And we bring on a guest way to chat with us as well. So you wouldn't have to see this beard in your face and that. Right, true. We'll give you a little variety. Yeah.
For sure. For sure. Well, as I said before, we don't, and Daddy just said, we're not just here by ourselves. We have some young men on the call with us tonight who have been around. They have, I was like to say, they're successful in their field of work. Also, they're successful in stirring up people and getting people alive, getting people awake, to become more than themselves. Because it's one thing to be able to go to work every day and like what you're doing. But it's another thing to get up every day and go to a job that you don't like, and you just go in because you have to pay bills and like
That's
to
a
survive.
paycheck. Yeah.
I said just pain. I said pain. So these guys they specialize in the area of making you want to do more with yourself, making you want to come alive. And from time to time, as the show goes on, and you know this, Delhi, we'll be bringing on people who will give it that kind of extra kick and that drive to
Yes.
move on. So that's the two gentlemen we have on the call with us tonight. And I don't want to bring them on because we don't plan to be too long on the first episode. We're going to keep it short tonight. So we have Mr. Denison Hutchinson, and also we have Linton Kerr here with us tonight. Guys, are you there? Are you all hearing us?
Yeah, so I'll switch on the cameras and come forth.
All right.
Hey,
Nice.
All right.
good, good evening, fellas.
Yeah, man. Good evening. Hearing you all, seeing you all.
Nice, loud and clear. Well, forgive me, everything was set up perfectly before we start, and as we start, the internet just went to zero, so I had to use my phone. So please forgive me. Everybody else looking nice and well cool.
Yeah,
That
that's
kind
not.
of phone access thing here. I know Delhi baby. Well, I won't say cussing. I know using some choice words in his mind right now because we went through the logistics before we start now. We end up here.
Yeah, yes, is the thing about dry cry. That's what's going on right now. My tears on no face.
Nice. Well, let me do the formal introduction. I met these two guys not too long ago, Delhi, and when we connected really strong because they had the same passion and drive as me. That passion and that drive was to help people come out from whatever situation they were in, and we started to work together and in the field of finance where people would go in and look for multiple streams of income to better their life. Some people just go with the 8 to 4, but the 8 to 4 will never fulfill your dreams. If you just plan to live a mediocre lifestyle, 8 to 4 work very well for you. But if you have dreams, real goals, you need more than 8 to 4. You need more than 8 to 4. And then you
Unless
know this.
more, yeah, unless your goal is the 8 to 4, then you're in heaven.
Yeah, well, then
You're
you
in
have, I
heaven.
know much.
You're clocking a card and you're in heaven.
Yeah, for
So you
real.
know,
But guys, don't be afraid to jump in. Um, Dennis, so we can start with you. Introduce yourself, let people know who you are, and then you go across to Lincoln after.
Sure. Well, Denison Hutchinson is the name. Uh, Father of three, um, young entrepreneur. Um, I consider myself a great friend and someone that people could turn to for support in different aspects. So it's just trying to pay it forward in life, try to help as many people as it could help. As you would have gotten some help in and between certain situations that you might have gone through.
right.
All right, but that's just me. Always focus on trying to help somebody and impact somebody's life in a positive way. Yeah.
Right, well, then, let's take it across to you now. That man have very little words, but I know when you say something, it's going to be impactful.
All right. Good evening, everyone. You all hearing me, right?
Yeah, loud and
All right, cool. So my name is Linton Ku. Husband of one wife, right? Yeah. I work in the field of information technology. There's a lot of noise going in the background, right? I love working with
Linton, yeah,
young people.
I'm feeling some of that breeze on my face too, Linton.
Pardon?
I'm feeling some of that breeze on my face too.
I have no idea where that bad breeze noise coming from though, because it's not blowing, it's not even blowing on me. So that's the whole thing. Yeah. Um. So as I was saying, I love working with young people, right? Set them on the right path. I'm a people person. That's the whole thing. I love to assist people no matter how I can, right? I'm always about changing the rhetoric of things. That's the first thing because life is much more. My belief is that there's more to life than going through the average motions, which is go to school, get an education, get a job, retire, and then when you retire, you say that you will travel the world, but by the time you retire, you basically can't travel the world because you have this amount of bills to pay off and all these things. So I'm one of those guys who's just out there to let people know that there's more to life than what you think there is, and to change the rhetoric if you want to be successful in life. That's just me.
Nice. Love what I'm hearing. Well, guys, the topic this evening is never give up. Uh, very strategically placed that way because we know we're in a time where a lot of people has lost a lot just in the past few months. Lives, family lives, people lost their jobs. Some people lost family who was really close, to, because of the pandemic and because of COVID. We here tonight, we here this evening to encourage people not to give up, in spite of how it looks, in the face of everything, not to give up. And Linton, I will start with you, Linton. Tell me some things that really help you through, because I know, I mean, as a young man, you're doing what you do, you're living the life. It's a fight and a struggle, but tell me some of the things that you actually do to help you maneuver from day to day to get through the rigors of life and just fight every day, bro, and keep going, because it's not easy to keep going in a system like this. It's not easy because we see more going on in the country. It's not easy. Tell us some of the things that you do to get through, bro.
All right. Well, first thing that I do, right, to get through is, you see the man upstairs? Always go to the man upstairs. I always deal with the man upstairs. First things first. When the day starts, give God his due and allow God to direct as best as possible. Right? So that's the first thing I do. God first, everything else afterwards. And once you put God first, he would order your steps. That's one. Two, a positive outlook and a positive mentality. Sometimes a simple good morning to someone, you have no idea what somebody is going through. You pass and you tell someone good morning, you smile and they say, how you doing? And you have no idea how far that could go for them. So a positive outlook. I mean, I'm a person, I love to see people happy. I love to see people smile. I would sense when something is wrong. What's wrong with you? What's going on? Something you look, you're not yourself, and I will talk with people. So, apart from God, being a people person with a positive outlook, I love music. Without music, trust me, as Marvin Gaye said, without music I'd go crazy. Trust me, I would go crazy. Music makes everything lighter for me. Right? There's a group who I listened to by the name of Take Six. They have a song called Sing a Song, and the first line they said was, when you feel down and out, sing a song, it'll make your day. Right? And that's the thing. Music makes things lighter. And the thing is also, don't ever let yourself get in a rut. If you feel you are going down, do something nice for somebody. By doing something nice for someone else, it takes your mind off of whatever is your situation and allows you to feel better or feel blessed by blessing someone. So that's what I do actually to help. I reach out, I check in on people. How you going? What going on? I ain't hear from you in a while. Everything cool? And make sure that they are all right. That's all most people need. And that's what I do to make it through this life. Go with God, have a positive outlook, good music, and make somebody smile, and that's it.
Love what I hear, bro. Love what I hear. I like the part where you talk about reach out to somebody, to make an attempt to reach out to somebody on a daily basis. Sometimes we go about with our lives, and you said it right. And we just about our own business now, and somebody probably right next sit down next day in the office, or probably a neighbor right next door. They might need food, they might just need to hear hello by or good morning or God bless you or something, and we just go about doing our own thing. And I like the part about reaching out to people. As you go across to Denison, you can chime in at the same time. Some of the stuff that you do to keep moving and to keep fired and motivated from a day-to-day point of view, bro.
Yeah, well, as Linton would have said, God plays an integral part in everything that we do. We have to call on the Father first, right? But more so, I try to keep myself away from negativity, right? And that's like a wide scope of negativity, not just negative people, but you're trying to keep yourself away from the news, from even social media, because you might be scrolling through something on social media. I'm not saying that I don't be on social media, but as soon as I see something negative, I try to, bypass it quickly, because again, once you allow, we as human beings, once you allow that negativity in whatever way to seep in your mental, it's going to diminish some of your positivity, right? You have to be always mindful of what you allow within your space, what you allow your energy to be, exposed to. Yeah. And of course, again, as well, just trying to be there with people, talk with people, support people. um I get a lot of phone calls, some people concerning different things. They might be trying to figure out something, they might want some advice on something, they might want to get a referral in terms of if they could trust an individual or something like that. And I'm always there, I'm always patient, I'm always willing to teach what I know, because I don't know everything, and no one knows everything. Every single day we learn something new. And the day you stop learning is the day you die. Yeah. So I always try to just be a better person every day, try to help as many people as I can, and again, just stay away from the negativity. That is a must.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. I hear you. Dele, don't be afraid to jump in whenever you can, bro. And guys, we want to make this real conversational. We don't want to be too stiff. It can be relaxed. It's no formal thing. It's Sunday evening. We hanging, we liming, we breezing, but at the same time we encouraging people. We don't make it too stiff and too a bit awkward. My thing is that here this guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dele. Let me hear.
No, I was just doing the castle thing, trying to understand
Right.
where the footing is in society in terms of helping people, and they both seem to have a solid grounds and solid reason for it to do, and why they'll continue to do it. And if you guys are willing to even put your numbers out for people to reach out to you guys, when he said he works with a lot of young people, you might have that person
Yeah.
who don't have your number, would like somebody like you to at least message or organize an appointment with. You don't know how you do it, but maybe you could leave your contacts afterwards.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, most
For sure.
definitely. That's not
Yeah, that's not a problem.
So guys, I have a question. What do you say to that man? He probably could be between his 30s and 40s. What do you say to that man who basically before the pandemic and before the lockdown, he was okay. He had a job. It wasn't no best job, but it was making ends meet. He was paying the bills. He was taking care of his family, buying the groceries. But now he lost his job due to the pandemic and the economic crisis. And he's looking for a end to do something right now. Probably he have 3-4 children, home, a wife. Wife not working, children still in school, doing online classes. We know how it does be. And he does not have a clue what step next to make. Because his job let him go. He used up all his savings in the account. And bro, tomorrow's Monday, thank God it's a holiday. They could stay home and they could probably fight up and get some teeth. But Tuesday come, they have nothing. What do you say to that young man out there?
Well, what I could tell that individual is that, I mean, I've been there, so I could speak from my own experiences. All right, I've been to the place where I literally had nothing to eat for the day, but somehow, some miraculous way, God provided, and if it was one time for the day I had to eat, I ate. All right, it works out. So pray. Firstly, pray, not doubt God. But at the end of the day, prayer without action is absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing. So you have to get up and get. You have to figure out a way, right? I can't tell you which way is the best way. You have to figure that out for yourself. You have to tap into your skills, your willpower, whatever it may be, and find out what could work for you, right? What your best suited at, in terms like, all right, I remember Nick. Now I was involved in the media. Let's give a short story here, right? And I had the burning desire to be on radio. I had that hunger to make it to radio so badly that I went into business I quit my job at that time some years back, and I went into business. It failed. I ended up broke, didn't have anything, working job to job, doing 3 jobs at the same time. Sometimes I'm reaching home 4 o'clock in the morning and waking up to go to work for 7, so it was real crazy. But I was listening, a media house needed some reps for their sales team. And when I heard of that, I knew I wanted to get on radio so bad all my life, since I was a little boy. And I said to myself, hey, this is my way in. Now, I had some sales experience and all of that, right? But I didn't really want to be in sales. I just wanted to make it to the media house. I just wanted to make my way in to be able to get on air. And I did just that. After 2 years of toiling, I ended up on air. And from there, other doors open.
Just before I go forward, I want to make sure, because you see, we just don't want to share testimonies, but we want us to be able to share principles. You saw an opening for a media person.
Yeah.
My thing is that
not on air.
My thing is
not on air.
But my thing, had you any experience in the media?
Yeah, I had experience in the media. I have done 2 different media broadcasting schools. I invested a lot of money behind it. I've been always practicing. It was a burning desire, so I was going at it hard.
Hold up, let me jump in here. And fellas, as I say, we don't want to make this thing, it's not we want to conversate, right? The reason why I'm stopping here, Dennis, is because I want people to understand.
Yeah.
Even in the place of being frustrated, we must also be in a place of preparation. We must also be in a place of readiness. It won't just pass to be fed up and frustrated. You see, it must be in a position where if an opportunity arises, you're prepared, you're ready, you're positioned to take the opportunity. Some people just fed up and some people just ready to give up. But they're not prepared for anything. The reason why you could have capitalized on the ad that you saw because you was prepared for it. So it's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to feel like you want to give up. But it's not okay to stay there and just be there. You have to be in a place of preparation. If something come up, you're ready.
Yes.
You're ready. Go through.
And
understand. Yeah.
No, they have a saying that luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Right? I'm sure you guys heard that already. Right? And now let me just share with you why I was prepared for even the sales part of being in the media house. I was working for a company, working shift, right? This was my day job, basically working shift into night shift, after evening shift and all that. But I was also working at the side, freelancing for a sales company, right? Doing small sales with this company, right? So when I finished, I would have worked 10 in the night to 6 in the morning. And when I finished that job, I would understand why I was doing that sales work. It wasn't that I needed the extra money. The job that I was with, working shift, wasn't paying too bad. I didn't have any responsibilities at that time. I was a young guy in my early 20s, right? But the reason I was working 10 in the night to 6 in the morning and then coming home, throwing a shirt, put on tie, whatever, and going to this next sale job is because I wanted the experience. I didn't know where that experience would take me, but I wanted the experience. So hence, when many years after, when I saw the opportunity to get on radio, and the media house wanted sales reps, I was qualified because I prepared myself. Right, even though I didn't know what I was preparing myself for back then, I prepared myself. So it just aligned, and I was a good salesperson for the media company. I was doing multiple different, well, in media, it have commercials, voicing commercials, writing commercials, all these things. I was doing all these things, even editing my own, producing my own commercials sometimes, which I had to learn quickly, right?
I really find your voice sound familiar. I really find your voice sound familiar. Like,
he was out there. And then it's
we have a comment from YouTube. We have Jonathan. Information. So see, already got somebody.
Yeah.
Thanks,
great.
Linton, feel free to chime in. I have a quote here concerning what you just said, Dennison. It says, taking advantage of big opportunities without enough preparation means risking your success as you're building without laying a good foundation. Taking advantage of big opportunities without enough preparation, it means you will risk your success because you didn't lay a proper foundation. So, I mean, you could be in a rut, you could be in a stick, you understand? But it's not enough to stay there. You have to be in a place of preparedness. You have to do things that when the opportunity arises, whatever the opportunity is, you can step up, you can step forward. You understand? So it's not enough just to stay, sad and frustrated. The time we're living in now, the people who will win is the people who will take the step to step out, launch out.
Now, what I'll say next, right, is that I know some persons who were retrenched from a workplace in the past, and it has two effects. One, there are persons who won't catch themselves because apparently in their mind it was the end it all, be it all of jobs, and there are persons who soar because they are in a better place. It's like a weight on your ankle dragging it down to the bottom of the ocean, and they were cut free, and they found things to do that they never thought they would have done. They found their entrepreneurial spirit and expertise, who started businesses, who launched this, who launched that, right, and was seeing success. So the thing about it is, when adversity faces you, the question is, do you respond or do you react? And that's the whole thing. The choice is yours.
Good man.
Right? Because those who find themselves sooner than later always bounce back. Those who don't, well, they keep spiraling. I mean, for example,
I want to be a little devil's advocate here. Now, all of this is nice and positive talk. Maybe some of these things in the past might have worked, but remember, this is a pandemic. This is not the same job, and you go and knock on the next door and it open. This is where the third, fourth, and the fifth door already closed. So as
true,
much as you want to 1 year, you have to. Sometimes the opportunity right now is getting very minuscule.
Honestly,
so, continue with your talk now, but how you answering that? Go ahead.
Honestly, there was a statement that I saw someone made, and I deemed it to be the truth. It may seem harsh, but I kind of agreed with it. They said, if at the end of this pandemic you haven't learned a new skill, bettered yourself in any way, or anything of the sort, then you've wasted the entire pandemic. The truth is, I've seen people who have learned to crochet during the pandemic. I've seen people who have, with the closing of restaurants have become Chef Boyardee and Martha Stewart and all these persons, right? I've seen persons fall flat, and I've seen persons be resilient. The truth is, you would never know how strong you are until your back is up against the wall. You would never know your limit.
Yes, sir.
Until you're in a position where the only option you have is to fight. And I'm being real.
Can I give an illustration there, Linton? Can I give an illustration?
Sure.
I know if anybody ever get cornered by 3 potong. If happened to anybody. 3 potong. 3. Well, according to way walking through about 4 potong.
Well, if you have an international audience, they are called mongrels, or we call them Caribbean shepherds also.
Caribbean shepherds. 3 Caribbean shepherds. And to your point, Linton, when 3 Caribbean shepherds corner you, bro, you do things that you never thought you could do. You understand? Something inside of you happens that cause you to run. I mean, you saying have nothing on you. You jump walls. 3 potong. Yeah?
Nick, what you saying there? What you saying there, brother? You were lucky that you got cornered by 3 pottongs, right? Because my brother, a friend, and myself, we were. Well, I want to explain what the place was, right? But we were coming from the beach, right? It's a bathing area close to a kind of port kind of thing, right? So it will have little boats at the side and all. Well, like
those,
you know, them.
Those are shagaramas. It's not it.
No, well, not shagaramas. But when I say boats, it's like barges and those things, right? It's like big boats, ships, and then comes in. All right. So
you from South Delhi? You from South?
I'm from South. Yeah, I hear you all talk about East man just now. But anyway, I'm a South man. Ricardo Juan and Ricardo Juan. South man. All right. We done there.
You wouldn't say Vassini Beach then.
No, it's not Vassini. But anyway, me and these guys, we walking out from the beach, and they live in the village by us. 2 guys, they coming down with the pit bulls, man. I'm telling you, true story. They coming down with the pit bulls. I think it was 2 pit bulls, if I'm not mistaken. It could be 3, but I know it was more than 1, right? Big dogs. And they didn't have these dogs on leashes because these fellas and them feel that they're the best trainers in the world, and these dogs and them well trained.
Right.
We walk in towards them, they come in with the pit bulls, and we like, yo, all them dogs. Same time we saying that, those dogs decide to get violent. Straight coming towards us. Full speed ahead. Brother, I don't know. Let's talk about Usain Bolt. I think I was doing a triple jump or some kind of thing like that in the Olympics because I reached from land. And this boat, I'm not exaggerating. This area is a dredge area. We actually used to call the beach the dredge. And this boat was there. It was a little out from the land, so it wasn't close to the land in any way. I fly over from the land straight over onto that boat. I kid you not. I fly over that deep water that boat was like. I don't know how I reach. But again, you see, fair is make it do a lot of strange things, right? It have a quote I want to just mention. Now, fair is a reaction, right? Fair is a reaction. Courage is a choice. I hope you all understand where I'm coming with it. Fear is a reaction. That day, the fear that came into me, it made me react in a certain way. Right?
Just to play devil's advocate, just to chuck a little pin here. There was a cartoon. There was a cartoon with a dog named Courage. Eh?
I remember that cartoon.
And Courage was
cowardly.
Okay, just saying.
All right, that's courage. I don't know why they need no courage, but we didn't get into that. But yeah, fear is a reaction. Courage is a choice, and you have to make up your mind. You have to make up your mind that you are going to be courageous in succeeding, no matter where it is, no matter how down it is, no matter how bad it may seem. Trying to remember the artist. I should remember the artist name, but I think it's Pretender. Said it. Never ever worry. Right.
Pretender
Lord Pretender.
Lord Pretender.
Right. And
Brother Resistance.
Brother Resistance. Right. Yeah. Pass away. May you rest in peace. Condolences to Brother Resistance. Well, his family.
Well, I think in retrospect, what people need to do is get their own Rottweiler and put it behind you, because some people who need that. So, I heard somebody say sometimes motivation is good. Motivation is get you to move, but you need something to keep, if you will run. So you need to be your own motivator instead of external motivation all the time. Yes, you might get to start you off, but you need to make your own Rottweiler and tie it behind your foot. Your foot to keep you on the ball. If you want to stay away from, you deal with something like to stay away from poverty. You don't want to be hungry again. You make sure you use that to cry, but to get up and climb that wall.
What I'd say also is I was watching something today and they spoke about motivation, but truth be told, motivation could only get you so far. What happens to the day when you feel unmotivated? And this is where discipline comes in. Because discipline would let you know, bro, you ain't feeling it today, no, but you had to do it. You understand? Discipline know that in spite of what, you had to do it. If it is, for example, that's the reason why a lot of people fall off the exercise train.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Speak, my brother. Speak.
They start off and they'll be like, here what? I write my New Year's resolution, I go in and exercise. And you're motivated. Brand new Year's resolution. Be write it down. Boom. You go to the store, you buy a brand new sneakers to go in the gym, you're motivated. You buy all the clothes, you're motivated to go. You understand? You pay a membership, you're motivated, and you go gym for about 2 weeks, and you go and you go and you go. And then one day after, the boss asks you to work late, and you say, all right, boss, no scene. And you skip that one day, and then the next day you say, well, let me go, man, I'm feeling tired. Let me go, man, sleep, yes? And you go, man, and sleep. And you know what? Yeah. Yeah, and that's what happened. But I'm done miss 3 days for the week, I'll go back Monday. And that's it. When you lose your motivation, that's it. So unless you have that discipline, and discipline is something that you have to teach yourself, because at the end of the day, to get from point A to point B, it takes discipline. Right? To get, let me make it make sense. To get to point A to point B successfully, it takes discipline, because anybody could, for example, I could run and jump off. When we had Red Bull Fluke Tag in Trinidad and Tobago, remember everybody was trying to get their stuff to fly? Right? And men come up with craziness and they just did anything. But if someone had the discipline to really do what they had to do, they'd have gotten stuff to fly for a longer period of time. And that's just it. For us to fly, we need the discipline. There's nothing for us to run and jump off or something. I could run and jump off a hill and fall down flat on my face and say I fly. You understand? So discipline is what gets us over the line.
Going back to the earlier point you made, too, Linton, in terms of the when you're back against the wall. Except you're a millionaire living in this time. Except you have money, you're filthy rich, you have inheritance from great grandparents. I believe we're living in a time where everybody back is against the wall. Everybody right now, well, the majority of people, I should say, not everybody. The majority of people right now is in a spot where if I lose my job today, that's it. I have nothing more. And then you have some people who, I do have a job. I do have one. But to your point, once you get the frame of mind, and I know we're speaking about motivation here, and to me, I think motivation is a big deal. Here's why. Because with the discipline, Linton, we also need a mindset, a shift in mindset. This is our mind thing. Trust what I tell you, it's our mind thing. You see, it's one thing to want it, as let me use the weight. It's one thing to want to be small, and it's something else to put on our mindset and say, you know what? I don't care what happens. This is what going to happen. This is what going to happen. As I heard one guy said, a motivational speaker who I love to listen to. He said, I cannot control what happens to me. I can't control the economy. I can't control the government and the budget. I can't control me losing my job. I cannot control that. What I could control is the way how I respond to it.
True.
And it's in the responding to the crisis, it's in the responding to the problems of life, is where we see the success of the play out in our lives. But it's a mindset. It has to be a mindset. The mindset will bring about the discipline. The mindset will bring about the goals and the dreams, the different things we want to do. But this is why I think some programs like this, and we now start, but we have more to come. People in Trinidad and Tobago, throughout the world, but Trinidad and Tobago, we need to shift our mindset.
Nick, I agree with you. I agree with you totally there, because the reality of it is, I see it this way. This is just my opinion, but I see it this way. Your success depends upon 90% of your mindset, 10% of your physical doing, of what you're passionate about. But 90% is all about the way you think. It's all about your belief system, right? Affirmation, all these different things. You know, Don Pebbles would have said, if you want change the way you think. That's it. Just change the way you think. That's for one good second. Change the way you think about things. Think about things positively. And this is why I'll come back to what I was saying earlier about staying away from negativity, because if you allow negativity to consume you, right? Might it be politics, might it be whatever going on in society, talking about vaccines, this, that, the other, whatever it may be, anything negative you're allowed to consume you, it's going to play with your mind. It's going to play with the positive energy that you're trying to, yeah.
This is where they get the saying also. It takes a village to bring up a child, because the mindset is good, but you have to cultivate the mind to think like that. Because if you take somebody who's a cannibal in the woods and they bring them in society, any chance they get, they're going to take somebody head off. That's their mindset. That's how their mind was shaped. As it was groomed. So it takes like this on a continuous basis, and everything is go right back to God. I mean, because you could do it for yourself, but God is telling you, deny yourself. So our flesh is weak. So as much as we have to try and do it for ourselves, we have to see God for that strength inside. Let's get the derivative from disciple, come from the word discipline. You cannot be a disciple if you don't have discipline. So it will help you in every walk and every aspect of your life. Discipline. You cannot have no discipline and be a Christian.
True.
You cannot have no discipline and hold on to a job. It's really good. And that and all, sometimes your skill is good because there are a lot of people who can play football really well in Trinidad. We have skills to throw away. But you see the discipline to make it for 4 o'clock for training and I eat every day. I was
Because
there
we
last night.
reach.
Yeah. The discipline that we do not have. And you know, some Trinidad and Tobago people, you know, as you watch words,
Get it
But
right, please.
the first
oh,
one's supposed to be discipline, but we put the
discipline.
word, we just put in front of it. In front of it.
Let me
Indiscipline.
just stop there. Forget the next 2 words. Let me just stop right there. Discipline. Like, I mean, I remember talking to a guy who I went to school with, and he didn't have the best of situations home wise. So he was mixing up in sending narcotics on the side and that kind of thing. So I used to talk to him and tell him, listen, if you stay in school and I could help you with some of the work. I mean, I wasn't the sharpest knife in the drawer neither, but you know, the combined learning is always better than singular learning. So I talked to him, he listened, but my one from his 13 years on the earth, growing up in that environment, one long weekend or one holiday from home, back in that environment, he came back out worse after the holidays because he went back in it. So yes, the you could hear the talk. You could hear the talk, see how your mind is cultivated on the whole. That in itself will also determine the type of decisions you make, the type of discipline that you have or do not have. So people really, 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 really need deliverance, intervention, and this program here is the start of an intervention for somebody. Hope and inspiration.
Completely
Um,
agree that.
I
Go
agree,
through
but
Linton.
would you all agree that failure is a part of success? Is a must needed part of success?
Yes.
Ah,
As I said,
powerful, powerful,
successful
powerful.
people, successful people have a higher fear than failures. That people don't know. Colonel Sanders tried
Yeah.
1990 before Yum Brands took his recipe. Do you know that WD-40, he tried 39 other companies before, and he mean to say he must keep the struggle alive. WD-40 is 40th
Yeah,
try. He got through it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So failures usually with a try. I don't think I can make it to 40. I tell you it. I don't think I have that gumption. I think I have the testicular 40. 40 nose. No. I'll let them know that something my and play drafts on the desk or something. I'll try 10. Go back. Go at 5. 40. I have
Just now
belief about one of it.
is which is which who created the light bulb is Edison or Jefferson? One is phone and one is bulb. I know one of them
Yes,
is one of
Edison.
the other. Edison is the bulb.
Edison was the one. Yeah.
Right. And the amount of times he tried, and you know what he called? He didn't call them failures. He called them ways that a light bulb doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? There's a difference. The thing about it is these persons never gave up. Even some of these baseball legends and even cricket legends, you think when they go out there, they're going out to say they're going and make duck. They think anytime they go out there to play cricket, they're going to make runs and break records, even if they make duck. You understand? Because they know that at some point in time, I could swing and miss 5 balls in the over, but to see if I connect that last ball and go over the boundary for 6, yeah, as a star. Worst set if that's the winning runs of the game, I'm a star.
You
So
know,
that's the thing.
Michael Jordan didn't even make his high school basketball team. He coach tell him
Correct.
he not good. And he took that failure and make it into, of course, we were in his shoes now, even years after he left me.
And I'm not sure. Let me chime in there. Even with all that different categories of failure that you all cause, you all call out, and as you all said, these guys never give up. The thing is, not giving up is one thing, and failure is a part of the process. But what fuels somebody in failure? What keeps them going? And that's a question I throw out to the whole panel. I want to chime in and say this. Just before you go on, remember you're going to say Denison because you're coming on next. But for me, what I think, one of the things that fuel people to never give up is your dreams.
That's right.
Jordan knew that he get a chance on the court, he would have been the best in the world. He would have been the best in the world.
Bible to support that as well.
Yeah.
A nation without hope is dead. There's hope or dreams. A nation without dreams is dead. There's somewhere in the Bible that is the don't quote, but I know it's to that effect.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Denison I was going to say something. I don't want to cut you. Sorry, bro. Right.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say, and you all, everybody here is aware of this simple quote. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. Right?
Yes, sir.
That's really straightforward. We tell our children that as long as you can believe it, you can achieve it. And that's what Linton was talking about. Cricketers going out to bat. And the believing. Brian Lara believed that he would reach 3 or much ever. And he went out there and did that. He believed in himself. He could have gotten out in the second over or whatever, but I mean, he believed in himself. And that's all it is. No one is going to say that you won't fail in it. But believing in yourself, believing in yourself is important. And as I talking about basketball, I would have shared a video clip earlier on the group that we have. And from Shaquille O'Neal, he would have said, before you succeed, you must first learn to fail. Understand what he's saying? You must first learn to fail. Right? He's not saying that you would fail in it. But before you succeed, you must first learn to fail because you're going to fail. It's going to have failure one way or the other.
It's important to embrace failure. It's important to embrace failure. Like part of the process.
That's right. That's part of the process.
That shouldn't cause it to give up.
Exactly. Anytime you go into something and you fail, Nicholson, I've been down to rock bottom more than once in my life. Did that stop me? Did that make me lesser of a person? I'm probably not where I want to be. But you know what? My mindset is saying that
as yet after that, I'm probably where I want to be.
That's right. That's right. No, exactly. I'm now going to say that. I'm not going to say that. You actually take the words of my mouth because I was going to say, I always say that. This is what I'm going to say. I'm probably not where I want to be, but my mindset is not going to change that I'm not going to be successful. Right? I am going to be successful. I always speak it into being. I am going to be a success story. I am going to change lives. I am going to do all the things that I dreamt of doing. Right? That's just my mindset. That's my belief. You don't have to believe in what I believe in. I believe in what I'm going to be, and that's it starts with me. It ends with me.
And
right?
God is a person. He also teaches by nature. Just a little insight of how your muscles get bigger. You go to the gym, and you get actually tiny tears in your muscle. So when your muscle is repaired, it was repaired a little bigger the last time. So your body adapting to the weight that you can take. So it strip up, it come back stronger. Strip up, come back stronger. So just the laws of life itself shows you that you have to take the failures, look at it, not go through that again, and come stronger, better. Yeah. And that is what you will hear. Yeah, that'll make you go through and survive to the end. So there's a lot of Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. You go ahead. Just make another point.
Yes, at that point went to the next It'll come back. It'll come back.
That's okay. Well, I'm sorry for cutting you, but I just wanted to say what Linton said earlier as well about discipline. He used the word discipline, and based on what you're saying there, with the muscle being teared and all that, the veins, whatever. Again, that's part of it, and you need to discipline your disappointment. That's what Eric Worre said. I think I mentioned that on a call some weeks ago, Nick and Linton. Discipline your disappointment. That stuck with me. That stuck with me. You have to be able to discipline those disappointing moments where you feel like all hell breaking loose and boy, I can't go on no more. At the end of the day, all of us go through serious trials in our lives in terms
I think
of
listen to
facing
a lot of
problems.
people testimony too was help strengthen your part and give you that confidence when you look forward and see it looking kind of dark and dismal and you're questioning, should I continue, boy? I mean, look how far I walk, but the future is bright on. But I know I have to go forward. Because listening to like someone like Tyler Perry, I understand that Tyler Perry was down to vagrancy, you know. He was on the streets his last show. He took savings. At his last show, it was a complete failure. Complete failure. And it put him on the streets. You know the next shilling this guy get. Well, of course, the rest is history now. I feel to lie down on the promenade. I feel after that, that's why I stay in. That's why I stay in. The second deck from the Twin Towers, that is me. Drop my mail there.
Yeah.
I think that kind of lash. I don't know, boy. Like Ronaldo, I think he went to Inter Milan bare feet. He was the original Ronaldo from Inter Milan. He went bare feet and mean to say he must get on the team. They tell him no a million times, and he didn't accept that. So when I hear these marvelous stories, and I look at my little chicky chong problems, it will help motivate me to all right, I guess my fall wasn't that bad. I get a little on my
Correct.
eye, but that's right.
Correct.
My eye burst, but I still had the eye. I could use this eye to go forward. I can still see. Go for my eye will get better, and I'll pick back up myself.
One of the things, Delhi, let me show you there. The next quote from a real motivation speaker, I like. He said that pain is temporary, but quitting is permanent. Pain is temporary. Once you quit, once you throw in the towel, it nothing. You have nothing. And even as we speak in this evening about never giving up, loss in your job might be painful. You probably get demoted instead of getting promoted. Very painful. You understand? Not knowing, you have to watch your children, and you don't know what to tell them because you don't know where the next meal coming from. Painful. But pain is temporary. Pain is don't give up. Don't stop. Keep going. Find yourself out there every day. Keep going. Pain is temporary, but if you stop, that is it. It had no comeback. Once you stop, it had nothing after that. That's it. You're dead. You're done. You understand? And as they talk about these different guys, they talk about, the name I just called the Tyler Perry and the guy from the football team. These guys face pain. They face pain. You invest everything. You invest everything into this one particular thing you're doing. Everything. And it busts. Dude, that's painful. But it can't stop.
I know,
go ahead.
And the way you can look at it, if he didn't feel the pain of even our ex, we then end up with our ex. So
He doesn't bring that. Pain is purpose.
No.
Pain brings purpose too, bro.
Pain brings purpose. You know, Nick, I was going to say something else, but I would comment on Dele's comment first, right? And I would say I would have experienced the hurt of a relationship at an early age. I think it was probably late teens, right? Not the hurt of a relationship. Let me be real here. I get one, right? So I get a banker, right?
Only if you take it on. Only if you take it on.
Only if you take it on.
Yeah.
No. But at that time, no, we both were unfaithful and whatever. But all in all, that's a banker that I got really rattled me at that early age. And you know what I said to myself the day after? All the crying and all the heartache and all of that. The day after, I said, you know what?
Yeah.
This snot in my nose, all kind of thing. I said to myself the day after, I say, you know what? And this is real. I did say this to myself at that young age. I'm glad it happened now. Because for it to happen at a later age where I have children, where I have house and all kind of different things, we married, it would have been more devastating. That's just what I said to myself, because I saw, if you understand what I did, I saw the positivity behind it, the positive side of it. It happened, I can't do nothing to change it, so I had to look at the positive side of it, that it happened at an early age. So, hey, that's done and that's gone. Any woman who come and do that to me again is not going to affect me the way that it affected me back then. You understand?
That's stronger.
So,
back broader.
That's right. My back broader. I went to the gym. I grew some muscles. You know? Right? So that's that. Nick, I wanted to comment on what you were saying. I lost track of what you were saying.
Pain and purpose. Pain and purpose, bro.
Pain and purpose. I had something in my mind to talk about that, but I'll get back to you on that.
Right.
Deli sidetrack. While
I'm getting back to that, right?
He does do that.
I would run back to a point, Nicholson, that was said earlier, right? When you ask basically when we face adversity, what carries us on? In colloquial, well, I'll say it's something called determination also that propels us forward. Or in colloquial terms, bad mind.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you a nice example. When I was going secondary school, approaching CXC, I had an English teacher. I wouldn't call names. I don't know if they're still alive. I won't call the school either. But this beloved English teacher had the audacity to stand up in front of class and say, only a few people in this class, and he was talking about 2 people, only 2 people in this class actually will pass English. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, is that so? I'm determined to prove you wrong.
Go ahead.
Right? And so said, so done. I was actually feeling disgusted. I was actually feeling disgusted.
Very, very good. I'm glad that you have a little something about it, not to call the name, but see Miss Edwards, it's in secondary in 1998, right? That I'm not passing integrated science, but I ever studied Vex. Science. Get some animals must come together. Listen, I passed that for her. And the first person who won 103 results was he said, "What?" I said, "Well, you tell me." I don't really care what's answer. I just feel good with himself. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. It was good.
Yeah.
It was a good boy name.
I was just saying, I was feeling like going and find them when I got my results to show them. Hey, you remember me? We say I wasn't going to pass English. Look, but I didn't do it. I was just like, you know what? You're above that. So yeah.
Nah, I was young. I was not above yet. Go ahead.
So yeah, bad mind is one of the greatest fuels to getting where you need to be when faced with adversity. You understand? It's one of the greatest triggers to push you also.
I was actually looking at like a story from, I don't know if you guys know Da Man from on Instagram and all of that, right? I don't know if you all follow him.
No, man, I don't know that man.
Oh gosh. All right. Anyway, he makes a lot of inspirational videos. He makes a lot of inspirational videos, and he made a video about this radio host, Big Boy. Right now, again, he's not our most people will know him again locally here and all that. But Big Boy is a radio show host out in the States. He interviews a lot of the big artists and producers and such and such. You know, he made something of himself, and he's one of the most popular in the States, right? As far as I know. Now, before I saw the video today, I came across a few Big Boys in interviews, right? But when I listened to the story today, I was really, really inspired because he started from a young age, like myself. You know, he had the passion, he had the drive to be on the air. He wants to be the biggest radio host. You know, he had his vision, and he had one of his friends' uncle used to really pick on him because he was fat, he was overweight, right? And used to pick on him and say it wouldn't amount to nothing and tell him all kind of negative things, right? And that stayed with him for many, many years. He tried, he fight to make his way into the radio, and he did get his break to do the overnight shift on some radio station or whatever. And even then, he felt like he couldn't make it because, you know, he wasn't really getting the kind of, you know, love he expected when he made it to the radio station. But again, with resilience and understanding, hey, this man telling you all kind of different things, he kept that in mind. He kept that this man say, I would never make it, I would be a failure. And that drive him to be the person he is today. You know, big radio deal, I mean, very famous in the radio world out there. So again, let's never give up and let the bad mind people drive you to success. That's all I'm trying to say. Let them drive you to success. Yeah, let them be your Rottweiler or your bottom.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
What else?
Go ahead, Linton.
Well, this would be my last thing, Nick, right? What I'll say to everybody out there is whether you drive, you fly, you sail, you run, you walk, you creep, you crawl, you roll, don't stop. Keep moving, right? Once you keep moving, you would always reach.
I think Linton, your mic went off.
Your mic cut off, Linton. We hear you. Mic cut off, we hear you.
Yeah. To get
Right. These wireless Bluetooth guys, you know. Yeah. That happened. Go through, Daddy. Go through.
Let me just leave with my sentiments as Linton get his mic and headphones sorted out there. You know, again, we spoke about preparation is when luck is when preparation meets opportunity and all that earlier, right? I just want to leave with something that Pitbull said. He said that the harder he works is the luckier he gets, and that's fact. We always say locally here in Trinidad that Gopal luck is not Seapol luck. It's definitely not. So make your own damn luck. Make your own luck. Work hard towards what you want. Go forward to it. Believe in it. Pray about it. And make your own luck. All right? That's the only way it's going to happen. Because nobody cares. Nobody cares if you fail or not. That's on you. You have to make it.
Nobody coming to help either. Right. Nobody coming to help. You gotta get up and get it for yourself. Nobody coming to help.
That's right.
That's the reality of it. Nobody coming to help. Bare
reality. We grew up here and God help those who help themselves, right? Even God is going to help you when you're helping yourself. If you're not helping yourself, God can help you. Remember that.
All right. So my headset died just now. So I just yeah. So right, what I
Got
was
you.
saying was keep moving, right? You all remember the story of the tortoise and the hare, right? And no matter what, the end result was both of them end up finishing the race. Don't study who won and who whatever it is. They finished the race. For example, right? When they used to have Clico Marathon and all these things long time, Granny Lou says used to come out and run. And if it take Granny Lou says 3 hours, 4 hours, she would still make sure that she crosses the finish line. No matter how slow she would run, no matter what speed she would go at. She would ensure that she finishes
And serious.
the race. And the Bible says the race is not for the swift, but he who endures till the
To
end.
the end.
So no matter how big your movement is, how small, how minute, how minuscule you may think your movement is, it is still movement. You understand? Don't look at what I'll tell you is don't look at the people around you. Don't look at others' successes because you don't know what is their story and how long it took them to get there. Not because you happen to see them on the pinnacle now means that they didn't struggle 10, 15, how much ever years to reach there. Right? So don't look at others. You keep your focus on what you are doing to get yourself to where you need to be. So that's me. Keep moving.
So yes, sir, yes, sir. Well, guys, it was a good one. This is our first installment of Hope and Inspiration. We really want to say thanks to Dennison and Linton for jumping on tonight. These guys are family, and it won't be the last time you've seen them. Um, we plan to do this as much as we have the opportunity to, and once Facebook and the YouTube giving us the blind, we on here every Sunday evening, just with some hope and some inspiration to motivate people. I wanna wrap it up just yet. Deli, tell the people something before we go now.
Discipline, production, and tolerance.
Uh,
I feel if we really turn these watchwords
yes, sir.
of the nation itself, you will see a miraculous change in your life. You be the change that you want to see. Going against the grain also takes a lot of bravery and a lot of gumption. You might get hated for it, but sometimes you have to be the sacrificial lamb. Ask Gandhi, ask Malcolm X, and some of these big leaders, including Jesus. He himself was the sacrificial lamb. He went through pain for no reason. So
Correct.
even if people endure things worse than him, he absolutely had no to go through that pain that he went through. Well, no human reason for it, but he still went through pain for a purpose. And still at the end, the devil came at his weakest when he was hungry and asked him to turn stone into bread because he could have done it. And it came when he was weakest, his human side weakest. But if he didn't have that discipline, that is the perfect example of the best type of discipline to have. Look at the life of Jesus. Look at the life of Jesus. That is discipline. I'm not too sure with myself. You up on a cross and they still say forgive them, but they know not what they do. My God, bleeding out. I have thorns in my head. It takes because he had a purpose from the get go, like keeping an eye on that prize. He had a purpose to get go. So even if it falls short, you get up and you dust yourself and a granny loses. You finish the race.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate all of you being on this evening, guys. Just want to run through a few pointers that we touch on this evening. The point was made. It's only when you're back against the wall then miraculous things happen in your life. Only when you're in a cornered position, then you really see through you jump out. Embrace failure. We talk about that. Embracing the failures of life. The failure is what will help
push you to your successful path, whatever it may be. We talk about the mental and getting your mental right and shifting to the point that, in spite of, we talk about it, that bad mind, where it doesn't matter what happening, this is what I'm doing. I am going to do this. I am going to make this happen for me, for my family. I'm going to make, I don't care what happened. I'm going to make it happen for my family. We talk about discipline and Dele just touched on that as well. And it's about doing the same thing every day. Doing it every day. It doesn't matter how it feel, how it look. Keep doing the same thing to bring about the right activities in your life to cause that change you want to see. And then we kind of was wrapping it up at the end with talking about pain, and pain being temporary. Pain is just a part of the process. Don't quit. Don't stop. Keep going. I want to end with this, a biblical story. Who in church know about the three Hebrew boys when they were faced with the situation where they will have to worship and bow down this image, and either that or they've been thrown in the fire, and they choose to stand for the principles in which they believe in. They choose to stand for their God, and they choose to remain on course. And hear this, people. It went so far as to they were confronted by the authorities. They were threatened, and they didn't give up. They say, hey, this is what we believe in. We believe in our God. This is what we're standing on. And they kept going. And it reached so far that they were thrown into the fire that was promised for them if they didn't do what they had to do. And they were thrown into the fire. The men that threw them into the fire, they were burnt and killed. And the Bible story says that when the king looked into the fire, he said, we throw in 3, but I seen 4. And going back to what Dele just said there, in terms of having God with you, and we started with that, Linton and Denison started with that as well. In this time, I don't know who you believe in, I don't know what you believe for, I don't know who will be watching this video in the future. In this time that we're living in, you need your God. You need God. In this fire we're walking through, you need God. If you don't know him, find him. Because when you reach that place, when all else fails and nothing can work, it's only God to step in and help you. And that's my personal advice here. I probably sounding churchy for some folks, but whatever it is, but you need God in a time like this. Because you won't be able to make it on your own. And all the principles that we went through, try to implement them. Go through this video again, go through one by one, step by step, and just add it to your daily routine. And I guarantee you 2021 might be a rough year, but 2022, God willing, it will be better. Yeah, so I just want to say thanks to Linton, Denison for being on the call tonight. I know you guys will be back in the future. These are my business partners here. We work in different, and we get to touch on that, but these guys, they will put up the information on the video and you'll get information. These guys are involved in what we call multiple streams of income. Multiple streams of income. So we're not putting all the eggs in one basket. We have businesses and connected in different areas. So let me say you lost your job and you don't know which next step to take and you feel like you're ready to give up. Get in contact with Linton, get in contact with Denison, and these guys can point you into some directions where you can earn a little extra dollar when the month come. You can earn a little extra dollar when the week come, because they specialize in this area of multiple streams of income. Yeah, so the information up on the screen, they also put it in the chat for Linton and for Denison. And as I said, these guys, they need space and understand how the space works. So get in contact with them, reach out to them, and they will show you, if you don't know where to start, I normally tell people, if you don't know where to start, the best place is to start over. If you don't know where to start, you're not sure where to start over. And these guys will help you start over from scratch. So Denison and Linton, thanks very much for being on the call tonight, brothers. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. And hope to see you all on soon again, sometime in the future. And to my co-host, Dele Does It. Understand? I'm responsible for the technical vibes behind the scene. You see head spinning all over the place because he's trying to put up that, get that, type up this, type up that. I appreciate it. Bro. If I have to do this,
Nah, though, just getting a Zoom call and we done. Trust me. Yes, I appreciate it. So, guys, have a blessed night. Next week, Sunday, we on again from 7:30, Dele.
Yeah, 7:30.
Every Sunday, we on from 7:30 in the PM. Share the link, call somebody, let them join in. And
Eastern
until
Standard
next time, not Trinity time, please. No, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, as our brother said. Right, so blessings, guys. Have a good one. Until next week, God's willing. Everybody be blessed and be safe out there.
So we're just going to go the outro video, and you guys will stay online after this, and we'll have our chat. But for you guys who are looking at it on YouTube, goodbye. Next week Sunday. Have a good one. And a nice video to watch.
Bless.
If you don't have belief, if you don't have hope, if you don't have faith, you ain't got nothing. He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
It's something within, you know, and you can't go buy that. You know, I can't give it to you. Lewis can't. Like, you got to go within and find that and pull that stuff out.
You will fail your way to greatness. Most people allow their fear of failure to outweigh their desire to succeed.
And so we're dealing with something deeper. You can't hold your own weight. You bought something you can't afford. Why? The deeper issue is because you got a self-esteem problem. And so you got shortcuts. So you drive a car to make it look like you somewhere you are. But when you actually there, you ain't got to have a car that look like you there because you there. Your dream comes when you push. Ain't nobody about to give you no cookies and ice cream. Push. It's alive. It's inside. How do you know you feel it? You dream about it. You eat and sleep it every day. When people talk to you, tell them, this is what I'm going to do. So push. Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside.
Changing is not easy, but changing your life, changing habits, reinventing yourself, picking yourself up after life has knocked you flat on your back. I've got to say, when life knocked you down, try and land on your back, because if you could look up, you could get up.
If you died today, what dreams, what ideas, what talents, what books, what music, what leadership, what voice will die with you?
The more you go through, the more difficult it is, the more challenging it is. Listen to me, the harder it is. Are you hearing me? The more challenging it is. All you're doing, baby, is building muscle. You're building muscle. So don't quit. Don't give up. Don't stare at listen to me. You don't get bulked by staring at weights. You don't get bulked you don't get healthier by staring at it. You get healthier by running up to it and grabbing it and pushing it. Look, push through that stuff. Push through it.